could go ahead and hit it. We should be good. Oh. Oh.
He gave up
Why would...
starting now. Stalker trolling us once again.
As always. Hit it. We should be good. Oh. Oh.
Stalker trolling us once again.
As always. Okay, it looks like we're all set to go with game one. You want to start us off?
All right. Welcome, everyone, to Trinity Force Network Battle Arena. My name is Leshok, and I'm joined here tonight with Mr. UglyTuco. And what we're going to be going on is in the Battle Arena, where we've got two teams of players ranked from bronze to gold going head-to-head while we comment and you watch. And always remember to check us out at TrinityForcePodcast.com, home to the T-Force proper, the LCS Rundown, Oslo, and the Four Words Podcast. If you like League of Legends, there's something there for you. And lastly, folks, remember, we are here to help each other improve and have fun, so no in-game toxicity will be tolerated. If you see any, please take a screenshot and contact us casters. And on the champion select.
Yep, yeah, if you see anything, just seriously screenshot it. It helps with these things so much. And send it to us in an email at the... did you already list the email? I forget what it is all of a sudden.
I did not list email because there's a different one for each cast.
There is. I'm sure it's listed on the website.
Yes, yeah. It is on the website, along
or
with
in
any
the
other
Twitch,
useful information.
or even in the Twitch chat, that's fine too. Alright, so getting started here, the bans are coming in. Sejuani, Nautilus, and Nasus so far. I don't see anything too wrong with these. People might be a little hung up on Sejuani and Nautilus. I feel just because the Cinder Hulk is strong doesn't mean that they're going to be good every single game, but each of these bans seems to work. I have nothing against any of them.
It's a lot of what starting out with what Horse Doctor has lovingly called the jungle Rochambeau, where you keep banning junglers against each other.
Yeah. One ban I agree very much with is that Hecarim ban. I cannot count how many times I've been in bot lane doing just fine, you're winning trades, and then suddenly a teleport Hecarim with home guard comes in and ruins your whole day.
Yeah.
He's a huge pain to deal with, and he is kind of a lane bully, so it's hard to get him out of lane unless you do a 2v1 swap, which I don't recommend at any elo, really, to tell the truth.
There's a few matchups that don't go his way, of course. My 5 team, my top laner was complaining about when he would Hecarim against a Maokai, simply because of how often he would use his abilities would help bring Maokai's passive back up, and he just sustained in lane forever.
Yep, yeah, I can see that working out in Maokai's favor. But yeah, and the final two bans were Ahri and Zed.
So just some
go ahead.
Comfort mid lane picks right there. People who don't want to go up against these champions.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't. I mean, you can live without banning them. They're both really high-skilled champs that require a lot of practice, and Ahri is interesting. She doesn't necessarily counter anyone straight up, but she can fit in so many different team comps and can adjust her build in so many different ways. But yeah, the bans are more of a comfort pick thing, and our first three picks are in with Volibear, Nidalee, and Thresh, which I really like the Volibear pick, especially with Sejuani and Nautilus banned off of the Rift. Volibear is actually a really strong jungler with that Cinder Hulk enchantment.
Yeah. That's it. Alright, looks like Whale's going to be going here for LeBlanc mid. Jungle Nidalee will be interesting, especially against World of Tanks building up over here on the blue team.
Yeah, it will be. She is kind of in the same spot even after her nerfs. It's just that her early clear is a little rougher. Even she has her heal though, so she can sustain pretty well off that first clear. But the main difference is she isn't able to tower dive as much or dive in as low health, just because they nerfed her base health and her health per level, and that's pretty sizable. But yeah, it'll be. She can easily ramp the game out of control. She's an early game jungler. She'll get a few picks in the early game and just snowball that into advantages all over the map because of her high mobility and high damage output. With
Absolutely.
Void Rush locking in the Katarina. That seems alright. She does alright against LeBlanc. It's a skill matchup there, I believe.
Right. Both of them have means of getting in and out, and
and outplaying each other. LeBlanc doesn't necessarily have hard CC to deal with Cat and her ultimate, but she can easily dash away and lay down one of her roots. So it is definitely a high skill matchup. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
I'm really also, when it comes to mid to late game, unless that Katarina gets fed, looking at the size of the tanks, and with Leona there also off of Callista passive, they have a lot of CC and just bulk that they can answer her ult with.
They do. They have a lot of answers for her. She's going to have to be very patient through each of these team fights, and she will literally have to count the amount of CC that's available to stop her and have to pick the right time to dive in. She isn't going to be starting off any fights with her damage. She's going to have to be the finisher. The one who's starting off for the team is definitely going to be that Gnar. Haven't seen him that much in the top lane, but I still like him.
He does not have the easiest time against Sion. Well, who does, actually, but...
Yeah, nobody has that great of a time against Sion. But if Gnar's going to do anything, it's going to have to be in the first couple levels before both of them back. But if Sion just picks up health, if he picks up the pot with I can't remember the name of that item.
Are you referring to the flask?
The flask. The flask is the item I'm referring to. He can pretty much sustain through most of the early harass if he plays safe, and then once he gets his first item and gets back into lane a little tankier, he can start to be the one to bully Gnar around. But yeah. Do you have any comment on that Jinx pick? After the nerfs? We can talk about him.
I actually feel like Jinx is a little bit of an odd pick here, because I feel like Purple Team doesn't want it to go to late game at all. That's where Blue Team will just be really big and beefy. They've got more of an early to mid game push they want to work for. So I guess if they put a lot of pressure on bot lane to be able to take towers with Jinx, it can work out. But if they play too passively early game, and it goes to late, and Volibear and Sion get big, and Callista gets her items, and can throw Leona at people, I don't see it working out well for them unless they can snowball early.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting looking at Blue Team's comp. You have two vicious tanks that are going to be in the front line charging in, and they love drawn-out fights. They're going to love team, especially with Callista. They want the team fight to draw out, let Callista get her stacks up on people, and just finish them with her E. So they're looking not necessarily to pick people. They don't really, like Volibear can kind of pick off people, and so can Leona, but it's the only target they're going to really have the option is Jinx, I feel like, because both Nidalee and Gnar and Katarina can kind of get away pretty easily from Volibear. So Blue Team's going to want to focus on big team fights that are drawn out, preferably around objectives like Dragon and Baron, whereas Purple Team, they're a little all over the place. They can make picks, but you have Gnar who wants to jump into the middle of the team and ult everybody. So yeah, I don't know necessarily what to expect from Purple Team in that Jinx pick. It is kind of nice to have a late game. She is almost a late game hyper carry. She isn't as powerful as, say, Kog'Maw with his tank shredding or Vayne, but she's up there, so she can deal with the tanks a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. The Purple Team, their comp seems kind of hashed together. It'd be interesting to see how they utilize all their different strengths.
But it is going back on to looking at team compositions, this is a great example of the simulating solo queue. You don't always get a well-put team.
No, you don't. I'm trying to think of the matchup between the bot lane itself with Thresh and Jinx versus...
I feel like that for the first few levels, Jinx and Thresh can really put pressure on Leona and Callista.
Yeah.
Simply because of greater range, greater poke, and Callista just needs some time to get going.
Yeah,
so
she needs a little bit of attack speed early for her to really to start being a threat in lane.
And just getting boots in general, increasing the jump distance of her passive is a huge thing too.
Yes, it is. Right quick before we get into this game here in about 10 seconds, I do want to say both these junglers are very focused on the early game. And so this game could be decided pretty quickly unless they both decide to take the AFK farm route. But they are both very capable of snowballing the game early. And as we load into the game here, we'll see which one comes out on top.
Loading, loading, loading.
Yep. In terms of the skin war, it looks like blue team is in the lead. As we know, that determines everything.
I mean, if nothing else, it grants them style points, and let's be honest, that's worth a lot.
Yeah, it is. As long as you're having fun playing this game, style points will always be important.
Though I will give negative points to, Cruella de Vil LeBlanc, just because who hates puppies?
Yeah. You can't think of a more hateful villain, really. It's pretty bad.
Alright, let's see here.
Everybody's at 100. We should get... Are you already loaded in?
Nope.
Oh, here we go. Alright.
You're ahead of me this week. What?
That's good. That's really good. that's not a bad thing. Alright. I just loaded in the map. The champions haven't even gotten to the rift yet, so I'm looking at an empty map currently. But yeah, I think how the junglers affect the early beginning of the game, especially mid lane, just because there's no inherent advantage between those two, I feel like. The junglers are going to have a huge impact if they so choose to do that.
Well, it's not... Depending on what level the junglers find the mid laners at will really show on how much difficult of a gank it will be. LeBlanc's always got a reliable jump with her W, but whereas Katarina has to have a ward or a minion in order to do it.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like everybody's going out.
Alright, let's see here. Have
Okay.
people bought their skills yet?
Polar Bear hasn't yet, that's good. LeBlanc.
Yeah. Jinx has, and so has Katarina.
Looks like most people on blue team have decided to wait. Until
Scion has gone ahead and selected his skill. I would really like it if... I feel like everyone on the team at the start of the game has a bit of a duty to get out there and supply vision somewhere, somehow. Even if it's just standing near a bush.
Yeah, so, like, Scion up here, he's ready to go in lane, but he's also leaving his whole upper jungle vulnerable. He didn't put a ward in any of the entrances, he's not chilling anywhere that can help. Let's say red team decided to invade their top jungle, they'd be able to take anything they want right now.
Same with LeBlanc. They are both just chilling at their towers. They have no vision on the river, no vision on that side of their jungle. They only vision it, but I guess it's fair to say that with that ward that they had gotten over near Red's blue, they were able to see some people there, but still.
It looks like a standard start for both junglers, having their bot lane help them out with their first clear. And everybody else is getting back to their lanes to get going. I'm looking at the items, starting items right now. Scion did start that flask, so even though Gnar has a little bit of an advantage early with his range and poke, he won't be able to necessarily get Scion out of lane before he gets enough farm to do anything about it if it's played right. I want to look at this mid lane matchup. I feel like it's going to be pretty interesting. Both teams just seem to be farming and content. Both junglers took the buff right away. It looks like Polar Bear looks like he's transitioning to the buff first, but looks like Leona gets a quick hook on her and Thresh plays her back. A lot of damage put on her, but she goes back in onto Jinx with the Ignite. Is Kalista gonna be able to finish her? Yep. She does. Very good move there.
I'm still putting the damage on that bite-sized taco.
Yeah. Oh, Thresh almost gets taken out too. But yeah, that I think it looked like Thresh had the level 2 first, so he wanted to take advantage of that, but it also left his AD carry. He used both his abilities to try and kill the Leona.
Yeah.
And it left his AD carry
defenseless and exhausted.
Whoa! The flash hook barely misses by Thresh there, but Leona... Oh, she lands a spear and goes back and gets the kill. Will she be able to survive? No! Leona gets the kill back, but Thresh looks like if he could land a hook, maybe...
Alright, that all went on way too long.
It did. Volibear even wants to join the party. Oh my god.
Oh, of course he does. His bite is going to do so much damage.
I do not recommend going back in on that.
Right, I understand Nidalee's want for the kill, the gold, and everything to try and make up for it, but you're also just giving a kill away in the same time. I could see how you might think that you could have the chance of getting out there, but oftentimes going for the sure thing is probably going to work out better for you, especially in solo queue, where you don't know how well everyone else is going to follow up, for better or worse.
Yeah. Her death right there is probably directly linked to that nerf she took, not this last patch, but the one before, with her base health being nerfed by like 60 health.
I don't know. I don't think it got really close, but I don't think it was 60 health close, if that makes any sense. And top line, Nar's doing a good job of keeping himself in lane early. He's got the level and CS advantage on Sion.
Yep. Neither of them have backed yet at this point.
And there's still no vision anywhere in the river. Oh, look.
Nice gank mid. Forcing the flash.
Now, remember people, get your timers. Know how long that flash is down on Katarina, because that's a pretty big deal.
It is. It's a really big deal. So if Volibear needs to keep that in mind for the next 5 minutes, she doesn't have a free escape, and as long as he times his next gank to not have minions for her to jump back to, it should be a lot easier for them to maybe lock down a kill.
Now, another thing going back on that, when Nidalee gave up that kill, blue buff is now sitting on Leona. Not the scariest person in the world to have blue buff on,
no. But she can pop her W now without fear of losing mana just to intimidate. I feel like that might be the only advantage she gets.
It gives her more lane presence, yes. She can bully harder now.
With that said, it looks like Kalista Leona is being... Ooh, they almost went up on Thresh there, but looks like they're able to maybe zone out Jinx right now so far, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, they've got the early lead, and they just need to keep applying this pressure. Don't let them get to their minions. Put damage on them every time they get close in. Jinx does not have enough items to be as frightening as... Oh, and there we go.
Oh, did the kill happen by? I was looking at mid for a second.
Yeah, the Thresh stepped out a little bit too far, and they were ready for it.
Alright.
Leona's got a really... Especially with the...
Everything's about to happen top lane right now. Oh, but Nidalee misses her spear. Well, she decides to keep going in, and nothing's gonna happen.
Looks like a bit of a wash there. I mean, Volibear's passive still is up, so he wasn't in that much of a danger.
No, he wasn't. In fact, I was waiting for him to flip her back into Sion and see if they could kill her, because that was a bit of a risky dive there by Nidalee.
Well, the problem is that Sion, especially while he's low on mana like this, because he's just burning through his spells, and no items and not 6, does not have a whole lot of kill pressure.
No, he doesn't.
Even against someone as squishy as Nidalee.
Alright, so where this lane is right now for Kalista and Leona, they've put themselves in a little bit of a...
But look at their vision. They may have shoved themselves up real hard, but
they do have the vision to make up for it, yeah.
They've got a ward on blue buff. They've got a ward in river. They've got a ward in Trine. They've got the ghost hair face thing floating up and down the river. The only thing they're missing is the scuttle crab at that point.
Yeah.
If you're gonna push hard like this, then you need to have the vision to back it up, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yep, and even Leona right away sees that ward go out, puts it down again.
Yeah, they are working really well together and maintaining that lane like they should.
Yep.
But there's only been one scuttle crab taken this entire game, and I'm not happy with that.
A nice ward there by LeBlanc, putting the vision on blue, and it looks like they kind of want to prevent...
Leona's getting...
Oh. Yeah, they're getting a little aggressive there. It looks like they want to almost deny this blue to Nidalee, which is a good idea, because she really needs that a lot, especially to keep her sustained up in the jungle. With her
and
heals.
she lost... And she ganked so early and lost that first blue, they can really keep her further behind.
And it looks like LeBlanc wants to... Hopefully she saw that pink ward she just ran over, but she might be alone in this adventure here, because I don't think her bot lane's going to be able to follow up.
Bot lane's coming.
Joined in too.
This is really good play of using their vision, and it still got her in close enough.
But
That's
yeah, got
all
her.
that they needed.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Well played.
Oh, nice flash toss there on the Katarina.
Baited out. Yeah, they
Wow.
baited out the Katarina ult, jumped away, got her snared through LeBlanc's chains, and then just hopped away, so no one was taking damage from it, and Volibear flipped her into death.
Now, an easy transition for blue team to make here would be Dragon.
I agree, but looks like they're going for another kill.
Oh. They almost got it, too.
Yeah, no, that transition to Dragon would be great right now. That push this wave, go do Dragon, but I mean, Nidalee's back over there.
Yeah, they're running out of time now.
But that was a great display of controlling vision in that area and how they used it.
There was a good pink ward right here, which allowed them to see the LeBlanc coming, but when Volibear came in, they had the actual numbers, because Nidalee was already at half health from trying to get that blue buff down. And if you're in that much of danger... Oh! Speaking of that pink ward, he's trying to take it out, but it looks like...
And...
he'll just run away. He's Volibear.
Chain over the wall.
Oh! The Jinx rocket
Jinx.
comes in time. And LeBlanc cleans up on Nidalee. Nice presence of mind by Jinx there, otherwise that would have been just a free kill to LeBlanc with no trade.
I mean, that was the perfect opportunity. Bot lane was gone, and Jinx had time to pay attention to that without giving up, putting themselves at risk.
Yeah. Oh, looks like they want to go in on this Jinx here down bot lane. A little greedy with that choice spot of backing, but she might actually get out. Nope.
The stacks were too high. The ignite was on.
Man, yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's all she wrote. I mean, there's not much more to say about it.
A little greedy with her. Oh, Katarina ults in on LeBlanc, but LeBlanc gets the root down, and they trade and walk away.
and tricks him with the clone.
That seems to be the story of mid lane, is just trades, jumping around, dodging damage, nothing really happening. Kalista making the call for Dragon right now all by herself, and it's
Nidalee
nice.
should have thrown the spear from that bush. She actually had a shot where she could have landed it on LeBlanc, but instead walked out of the bush before throwing the spear. If you are in range, regardless if the shot's the greatest or not, throw the Nidalee spear from the bush. Oh wait. Oh, Fresh stuck its head out too far.
You gotta recognize that nobody's there to back you up. Just throw a ward down. Maybe you can get Dragon Timer or not, but yeah, you're by yourself and you know their whole team is there.
Right, and this is the good thing that blue team is doing really well, is they're grouping up really early.
They are.
And taking really good advantage of being able to chain their CCs well. Leona locks them up, Volibear flips them the entire time they're taking damage from the ADC.
And I guess they really do kind of have a solid pick comp with that, which is interesting to say the least.
Which also transition into a team fight comp later on.
Once you get Scion running full bore like a madman into the middle of the enemy team, it's going to just add one more layer of protection and CC for the carries to do their work.
Except this Scion has rushed the Phage.
Oh, is he gonna do the Black Cleaver?
I hope not.
I
But
hope not. Well, it's better than him building Trinity Force. Oh, Nar with the moves. Nidalee waited a long time to go in. She can clean up here, maybe. Unless Volib
yep.
She got it. Her escape will be difficult, to say the least.
Oh man, that bite.
And she's gone. Did she wait in that bush the whole time while Nar jumped and ulted and everything?
Nidalee has been, if it's one critique I want to give on Nidalee here, is that she's definitely waiting too long to take action in any lane. She'll stand in the bush too long, or she will like just wait out there, not throw a spear, and it just wastes any opportunity she was there.
Yeah. Bot lane, that was a nice hook by Thresh, and with the Jinx throwing the traps behind her, behind Kalista to try and trap her, but it was a good flash by Kalista to get out of there, that situation. It looks like things have finally calmed down a bit.
Yeah, Scion looks like he's rushing that Black Cleaver. I'm about to say that whether or not building Black Cleaver at all on Scion is good or bad, I'm not going to prefer it. But you want to get tanky with that guy before any and all things.
So you could look at a couple first items, like Righteous Glory, another item he could get first, Righteous Glory, if he wants health, or even if Randuin's, which would probably help a lot against Gnar. But yeah.
A lot of people like, getting like Frozen Heart, Randuin's. Yeah, these are all great examples. But a Black Cleaver Scion doesn't deal enough physical damage rapidly to get those maximum armor reduction procs.
No, he's not gonna be able to apply. It's very difficult to him to get that full it's 6 stacks now that he can get it up to, but he isn't going to be able to do that in a team fight. It's too difficult for him to do. So the passive on it is really, you're better off getting a Righteous Glory or another defensive item like Frozen Heart or Randuin's.
Like, I can understand some of the thinking, like, oh, it's got high CDR, it's got health, and it's got AD. These are all things that can be used by Scion, but in this particular lane trade against Gnar, and as a first item, I just don't recommend it.
Yeah. It looks
Do you want it?
Splunk's going in on Cat again, gets out of the ulti range, goes back in with another root, lands it, and she's got it.
Oh, Volibear
nice.
eats the spear. Like a good tank.
Like a good tank. Nice play there by Wale. That was really impressive.
Alright, now let's look at Vision going on here, because people are hitting level 9 and about, so we're going to be upgrading those trinkets, everyone. Upgrading your trinkets. But blue team currently has 2 pinks on the board, and
tower dive going down mid. LeBlanc goes in for the kill on Nidalee. And Volibear does not care. He's too tanky right now. His passive
yeah, he's got his passive up. Towers mean nothing.
And another dive going on bot line. Leona has enough armor and health where she can just dive in and lock up Jinx. Jinx needs to be a little bit more aware of the capabilities of Leona, but yeah. If you want to go back to Vision, we can, because you look at I'm looking at Red Team's Vision right now, just by the map. They have 1 green ward and 1 pink on the map. That's it.
Vision is not a strong.
No. And
Blue team was doing a much better job earlier, of controlling Vision. But then again, bot lane has been absolutely controlled this entire time, so I can't fault too much.
Bot lane is still doing a good job of warding up the area, especially bot jungle, so they can safely push up this far. The other blue wards have been the upper river. They want to they're pretty defensive. They're not in the enemy jungle, but it keeps them safe, especially that Scion, who maybe is struggling a little bit against Gnar in lane, especially with that CS difference. He's
got 50% CS deficiency against him. Like, that's pretty big.
It is, but he's got defensive wards now. He can spot a tower dive coming if it comes at him, but yeah.
I mean, and he's done a good job that he hasn't given up like a lot of kills or anything.
No, he hasn't.
but
Oh,
everyone should
man.
try to have a pink ward on the map. At this point, I feel like it's 100 gold.
Mhm.
And upgrade your trinkets. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. The 2 supports aren't level 9 yet, but everybody else is, and it looks like
We've got an upgraded trinket on mid laner Katarina.
but the trinket, which is very useful for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ward trinket is very useful for her.
And we've got Jinx has upgraded to the blue scrying orb.
Is that right?
Or is that an upgraded one? No, it's not.
No.
I apologize. She just has the blue trinket without upgrade.
Looks like both teams are kind of wondering what to do now. They're wandering around in small groups, trying to find a pick, trying to find something going on. Dragon's up. Both teams can really force something around that if they want. But for some reason, they're all grouped around Baron and mid.
Yeah, well, they're kind of A-ramming it at the moment. Red put down a whole bunch of vision around Dragon.
So why wouldn't they just go over to Dragon? Why are they? Oh, wow, lots of things going on here. Ults have been blown. Scion rushing in, but Nar's in the middle trying to heal for his team. Red team needs to...
Oh, great Lantern by Thresh.
I was going to say, if they want him to survive, they need to start putting out damage, because he's tanking all of it right now for him. Unfortunately, that might mean no Mega Gnar and ult if there's a fight Dragon soon.
He's really low. Volibear did have to go back. So right now, and they know Sion's top. Yeah, Sion rashed that black lever. Sure enough. His teleport is up though, so him pushing on this tower is not a horrible thing as long as he's got the presence of mind to join the team fight when he's needed. But his ult is down, so that kind of also...
Dragon's been up for a while, but instead we got teams forcing mid. I mean, that tower is low. It looks like they're going to take it, and they're going to go in on this Thresh, which is a good idea.
Yeah,
looks like they could be able
free
to get
gold.
the picks they want for a free Dragon now, actually.
Oh, and look, here comes Nidalee too, potentially. Yep, there's the flip.
Yeah, Nidalee's... Oh!
No.
Oh, no. That bite from Volibear will clean up that. Looks like they'll be able to take blue easily, and it should transition to an easy and free Dragon. Meanwhile, top lane, Sion finds himself in a little bit of trouble. But
he's just not got enough tank stats to deal with Gnar.
He'll just slip away on his peg leg. And there's the free Dragon.
Oh yeah, especially with a Callista. It's like having a second smite that's even stronger.
It's stronger than smite. Nice attempt by Jinx to steal there, but...
And I also like that, I'm not sure how this person would normally build Callista, but she's gotten really far ahead of her lane, so going for the Bloodthirster first, can't say that 3 times fast, really put her at a huge power advantage over this Jinx before going for her attack speed items.
Yeah, she's ahead, and I'm curious if she's going to build Hurricane or Bladed the Ruin King next. Either both of them are pretty great for her. Oh, Hurricane, there it is.
Just straight to Hurricane.
Alright, cool. She'll be even more devastating than team fights. If one ever happens. I feel like both teams have just been... There was one semi-team fight that happened near Baron earlier, but both teams have been pretty...
I feel like when everyone was hanging around mid and Dragon was still up, and we watched the bot lane walk past Dragon and head towards mid. Oh, free kill for LeBlanc.
Yep.
What I felt that bot could have just kept pushing their lane and forced red team to react.
Let's be careful here. Oh man, they still end up getting the kill, but Leona looks like she might be trapped. And Callista's in no position to help her.
Unless...
Oh, Jinx Rocket! Oh, wow.
Oh, here... Let's Volibear take a bite out of the crime. But...
And it looks like everybody's gonna just back off.
Yeah, I mean, at times it's like grouping up can be a good thing, especially if your team's built around that. But with the advantage that bot lane has, they can also just be forcing it.
Yeah, they're forcing they're forcing themselves on the other team. They aren't waiting or reacting, which is when you have the lead, you don't want to react. You want to be going around taking objectives, forcing the other team to react to you because you're in the driver's seat. You have the advantage, and you just want to push that as hard as you can.
If you wait for them, you might be waiting for them to come back.
Exactly. So with that said, red team probably should start to group up and play a bit more defensively. I'm gonna look at their wards real quick. Their vision, it's okay, but they really need to ward up their own jungle. It's a little lacking right now. There we go, there's one. They need to ward up their jungle, roam together for safety, and try to make a pick or two so they can force a unfair team fight on the other team.
And red is once again setting up lots of vision there around dragon, but none actually on the dragon pit itself.
Just the area around it.
Yeah, they've got some redundancy in their wards with a green and a pink right there. But I guess that's a little bit necessary because the blue team does have the scuttle.
He's got to deal with both these tanky monsters. Nice knockup by Scion there.
Yeah, he's been able to bull around. Oh, that was a good hop. But is it enough? Is there going to be a bull bear? Oh, yeah, there it goes.
They got him. Alright, so blue team has the advantage. However, red team needs to see that the blue jungler is top. And that it's 4v3 bot right now. So even... Oh, never mind.
Oh, she was waiting. That was a great use of vision.
It was, and there's no red ward on their blue. They have no idea where anything's going on in their bot jungle. They have no idea.
Well, this just...
Oh, they're going in. Calista and Leona.
Yeah. Oh, and that was just like I was saying earlier. They had the advantage, so they were pushing bot lane. This caused red team, Katarina, to feel like she had to go to react because they thought they'd have the numbers advantage. However, by not having vision in their own jungle there, LeBlanc knew that's exactly what was going to happen, just waited and assassinated.
Yep. Oh man. Blue team is doing a really good job.
Yeah, and now Dragon's going to be up in a minute and a half, and they're not going to be in any place I feel to contest it at this moment.
No. Blue team has a pretty substantial... I mean, yeah, blue team has a pretty substantial lead right now.
5 towers, 2 dragons, and 18 kills, 10k gold.
Yeah, if you're a red team, you really... They're starting to ward up their jungle a bit now. I think they've realized after LeBlanc got a couple free kills there that this needs to be something they need to do.
This problem is that they were able to pretty much put the Nidalee down really early, which makes her just...
Look how scared this Nidalee is trying to take her own blue. She keeps kiting it back so far that it keeps resetting. You're drawing out the process and making it even more dangerous the longer you stay. But it looks like her team is going to back her up and make it a safe blue take. Unless LeBlanc just walks up and steals it like that.
Again, they had the vision.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
Leona
jeez,
goes in. She doesn't
Leona,
have
you're all
She's
alone,
all alone.
Leona. Oh, but here comes Volibear.
Yep. Oh, Jinx is in a poor position if they chose to go in right there. They didn't, luckily for her.
Alright, well... So let's see here. There is no vision for blue team on the top side of the map. But they've been forcing red
Dragon's
to...
up. LeBlanc is... Oh, is he going to go in that hook? I feel like he should have gone in there.
Did he have lantern
Oh,
up?
well.
Because he should have dropped the lantern, gone in on the hook, and let someone ride the lantern right into...
Unfortunately, they're running out of time as Cyan is now with the team, and LeBlanc is just a good 10 seconds away. Nar needs to build up his mega passive here. And I don't think they should fight this, to tell the truth. I think they're too far behind to win a 5v5 team fight, but we're about to find out. Jinx unloads the rocket. Mega Nar is up. He's ulting, but LeBlanc comes from behind in the back line, destroying Nidalee. Oh man, the two tanks are dealing with Nar.
Oh, we got some...
Oh, Katarina jumps in with a quick kill, and Jinx is still alive, but it's not
that cool.
enough.
No, still too much tank with tons of damage to follow it up. It was a very clean fight for blue because they have what they need all the time. Two big front walls, lots of CC, and fed carries.
Yep. The only kill there for Bud was on Leona, and I think blue team will take that anytime. Anytime you only lose the support in a team fight.
And on red team there, you can't win a straight up fight against these guys at this time. If you know they're going for dragon, go somewhere else. I mean, I will give blue credit that they had shoved their side lanes really hard before that fight, as you can see these massive waves at top and bottom.
Yeah.
But at that point, reds, they could possibly pulled off a baron maybe or something. Go do something else if you cannot fight them in that space. You're just going to give them more kills.
And I don't think they didn't know that Sion and LeBlanc were back, I feel like. Otherwise, I feel like if you realize that they only have 3 people, you need to engage on that. But, yeah. There was a window of opportunity for them to maybe win a fight, but once everybody on blue team was together, there was no way they were going to win that.
You either can't hesitate and go in for the fight, or can't hesitate and go somewhere else. The longer you kind of spend being wishy-washy and not sure where you're going, the more the enemy team has to react. Now let's see here.
See, there's Jinx doing something. She's going
Italy
down,
is the only one
Jinx.
on. Yes, and that's important. And that's exactly what we're talking about. If you know there's somewhere else and you can't fight them, go somewhere else and do something, but don't stay away so long that they're going to just push in your base.
Yeah.
But let's see here.
I think blue team here they know they're a lot stronger. If they could find a pick, they should probably immediately go to Baron. They might even be able to just take Baron for free, unless red is feeling like they're gonna engage here. Nar.
We're hitting 30 minutes in, and we've got 2 people. We've got top laner and mid laner without upgraded trinkets on blue team, and we've got only the jungler without
Leona. Not exactly the best target you want to go in. Leona dives into the backline. Blue team's ready to go in. Jinx is down right away, and that's not a good sign for red team. Hopefully they can disengage and get out of here before they lose anyone else. But right now, red team.
Blue team can just push right up on this tower. With Callista being as strong as she is, they don't have to be afraid of anything, because look at how low Katarina is.
Yeah. So right now, they're going to take this inhib. If they want to play it safe, they could just run right back to Baron right now while they have the advantage. Or maybe just ward it up and get ready for it.
Oh no,
wow,
they got blood.
Dear lord.
The damage is real.
Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing for them to take right now, I feel like. Half their team is already left. The 2 who are staying in base need to leave too.
If they'd all stuck together, they may have been able to put some significant damage on one of those 2 towers. But I feel like it'd been and while Callista sticking around did get a free kill out of it. Oh boy.
Oh man. I don't think Jinx is
Sorry,
gonna get out of
Jinx.
this one. Oh! Are you gonna help her live? Yeah! Oh.
No.
Nice moves by Leshok.
Oh, and the jukes.
Red team trying to make something happen. They feel like they have a numbers advantage, which they do, but Callista's still sticking around. Interesting. Let's see if she can.
Well, because no one can fight her
there it
one-on-one. No one can fight her one-on-one.
No.
She is doing exactly what a fed carry in her position should do. While the rest of the team's somewhere else, she's drawing all this attention.
She's drawing all this aggro right now.
Oh god, they can't even take her 2-on-1.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
She didn't even need Leona.
Oh.
I mean, having Leona there didn't hurt, but she did not actually need Leona there.
Oh, nice Mega Gnar. Come on. Come on,
that
Jinx.
was a good smash against
Jinx,
don't back off there. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the lifesteal is so much from Callista. She has double lifesteal. That's so strong.
Jinx just a lot more indecisive. I don't know if I'm going in or not. Maneuvers there.
To be fair, even if she had gone in, she wouldn't have been able to kill Callista.
No, but she almost actually got a kill off on Leona.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that she kept walking away and not auto-attacking.
Yeah.
Like, she was walking around and not doing any damage. You can't have downtime on the AD carry.
One thing I want to talk about in regards to Jinx and switching between minigun and rockets. Even if... Oh, there's the surrender. Okay.
Alright, well that
with
wraps...
Jinx, even though you're in range of minigun, maybe you shouldn't be in that range. Maybe you should try to stay as far back with your rockets as possible, even if you aren't getting the attack speed, because sometimes it's just better to be safer. But, yeah.
So to break down a lot of what happened that game was the bot lane matchup ended up going really well for blue team. They got that first early set of kills and really pushed it.
Mm-hmm.
And Jungle Nidalee can't afford to give up a kill and blue buff that early in the game. It will put her behind way too much. So when she got reckless and went in real early there in a 2v1 scenario at level 3,
Mm-hmm.
Bot lane got put down further. She got put so far behind losing blue buff and losing those levels, then it just snowballed out of control.
It did. It did. It did snowball really out of control. Yeah, looking at the game graph, it was just a slow going, and then just a mountain avalanche of gold ended the game. Callista and Leona did a great job of pressing their advantage, forcing the other team to react to them, and not just sitting around wondering what they should do after they took that first turret. They did a great job of applying pressure with the lead, which is what you should do. Alright.
Absolutely. Clip the stream?
Yeah, I think I'm about to clip the stream here, and maybe we'll get Horse Doctor to join us here for this next game. See you guys soon.
I'll get the lobby going.